One of the biggest challenges that we see in meeting rooms is that when you have a virtual meeting, the meeting room tends to be treated a bit like a second-class citizen, especially when you've got a lot of people in that room. So what I mean by that is, right now we're on this call and, we're all working in our offices or our personal offices, and we're all sort of front and center in the call. We can see each other, we're engaging, we can read each other's body language. But in a lot of times when you've got a meeting room with, let's just say, for example, 8 people in that meeting room that are spread out across a table or a boardroom table, typically when you're looking at them in that meeting room, they just come across as little people sitting at a table. And in some cases, you don't even know who they are because they're that far away and removed from the engagement. We thought, well, how can we use that to bring those people into the meeting and make it a more equitable experience? Mm-hmm. And that's what we try to do and have achieved through Neat Symmetry. So let me just show you what that might look like. So right now I've got my camera set to a fixed focal length. I'm going to turn on auto framing and allow the camera to automatically frame me and potentially other people in the meeting space. Now this is not new. This is traditionally what pan, tilt and zoom cameras are provided, or auto framing. So you can see if I move around my space, which is my son's former bedroom, you can see that it will automatically frame me. So that's great, right? We go into the meeting room, we sit down at the meeting table, and we can start the meeting off and allow the camera to frame. Now, as I said before, the problem with that is when you've got multiple people in the room, because what happens is if I've got...
it looks like my twin there, mate. What's the deal?
Yeah, handsome fella, got the same tie and everything. So you can see here that, yes, it's auto framing, which is great. And that was always a huge advancement in this industry where we could allow the camera to auto frame. But you can see here that we're not as engaged as we could be. Let me bring in another person. There we go.
Looks like a celebrity bedroom there, mate.
Yeah, that's right. He lives. He's been found. So now we've got 3 people in a meeting space and it's auto framing. So even though they're included, it's not an equitable experience when we compare to what we see with the rest of you on the call. Right. And that's what Neat Symmetry is going to solve. So now I'm going to show you with the touch of the button what Neat Symmetry will do.
If you told me Elvis was going to be there, I would have got my Elvis suit up, mate. Come on.
He doesn't say much though, which is good because it allows me to blabber on. So there we go. Now that just happened instantly, right? And this is something that you can have on right from the get-go, is allowing our smart camera technology to decide what is the best way to frame and portray people in a meeting space so that they're being closer and more engaging in that meeting.
So let me get this straight. That is one camera that's actually split your stream out to 3 different streams and put them back in the camera space.
Yeah, that's right. Without getting too technical, we've got a large sensor behind our lens, and that basically allows us to crop and fit everyone in that meeting room. So we can actually fit up to 8 individuals. Now, when we brought this out, the good folks at Zoom said, wow, this is great. But you know what? Through the power of our platform, we can enhance this experience even further. And using something called the Zoom Smart Gallery, they did exactly that. Now, right now, you'll notice that the 3 of us, so Elvis, Mr. Bean and myself, we're brought closer to the action, but we're still maintained in a single 1080p frame. Zoom's going to take that further for us by their Smart Gallery feature, which I'll turn on now. And as you'll see with Smart Gallery, we actually get the best of both worlds. So we get the entire meeting room, so we can see everyone in that space. And the camera technology is going to individually frame all the other people in the room as well. Now, like I said, we can do this up to 8 people in a single room and give them their own full-size frame. And there's nothing stopping me from moving around, so I could move around even though I'm a little bit confined in this space. You'll see that the camera technology is smart enough to adjust and decide, all right, well, this is the best way to portray these individuals in that meeting space. And that will just all happen on the fly, automatically, without any intervention from the people that are actually having that meeting. Again, it's about focusing on the meeting and having a successful meeting rather than focusing on the technology in the room.